Every young investor that I talk to just waits for the dip to buy, but nobody waits to actually understand the business that they're buying, and that's the problem. What that same young investor will do is go open a brokerage account, whether it be Robinhood, Wealthsimple, Questrade, etc. There's millions. Spend hours looking at a chart of a business they like or they heard about on Instagram and TikTok and wait for it to go red, and the minute that it goes red, they buy because they're following the generic rule of buying low and selling high. See, people will spend hours looking at a chart but spend 20 minutes reading about a company, and that's a huge problem. What I've read and learned about in stock investing by actually doing it and reading so many books is the real skill is not perfect timing, but business evaluation. So as a young investor to another young investor, the next time you look at a chart and a business that you wanted to buy into, can you answer these 4 questions? What does the company do? How does that company make money? How does that company protect its market share or the moat around the business? And what is that company's price today compared to its actual value that you've calculated? And those are 2 different things. So that's why I've shifted my strategy. Instead of just buying low and selling high, I'll evaluate a business. What that allows me to do is to be cash ready, build a watch list of perfect businesses that are not at the price point that I want them yet. And once they hit that price point, I strike and I load the truck. This allows me to buy a wonderful business at a wonderful price so I can hit that 15% minimum return threshold that I aim for. I don't aim for that 15% minimum threshold because it sounds good, but because the math demands it. If I get $10,000 at a 10% return, over 20 years, that turns into $63,000. If I get that same $10,000 at a 15% return over the same 20 years, that turns into $163,000. That's the difference in compound interest of just 5%. So as a young investor to another young investor, I urge you, when you're buying a business, stop reading so much into the chart and start reading into the business.